And if you don't know what catabolism is, here's the deal. When you build tissue, you grow, and that's called anabolism, from the Greek ana, meaning up. When you lose tissue, you break down, and that's catabolism. So when you grow, you're anabolic. When you shrink, you're catabolic. Now, let's jump into the first step, cardio. With cardio, you'll notice a pattern in this video. The problem isn't whether you do something or not. It's about doing it in the right amount. So, cardio. If you do too much, you'll catabolize. You'll lose muscle. Yeah, muscle loss. Just look at marathon runners. Not exactly the most aesthetic physique, right? But if you don't do any cardio at all, that's bad too. Why? Because when you do cardio, your body gets better at using fat for energy. So instead of breaking down muscle for energy, catabolism, you burn fat, also catabolism, but the good kind. Now, muscle catabolism, that's not what we want. And here's where it gets interesting. People think anabolism is always good because it means growth. But what if I told you that you are in an anabolic state? Sounds good, right? But what if I say you're anabolizing fat? Exactly. Everything can be anabolic or catabolic, depending on the context. That's why the right amount of cardio helps preserve muscle, while making your body burn fat for energy. Done correctly, cardio actually helps maintain muscle mass. We actually have another video where we break down all things cardio, like what type, how long, how often. But skipping cardio completely? Bad idea. Now, step 2, training. If you lift weights, you build muscle, right? Your body gets the signal that it needs muscle. But here's the twist. The body is always looking to save energy. Muscle is expensive to maintain energy-wise. If your body doesn't need that muscle, it will catabolize it to conserve energy. But if you train properly, your body understands, I need this muscle. So, it keeps it. However, if you overtrain, you catabolize. Because lifting weights itself is a catabolic process. Yeah, that pump you get at the gym, all full of blood, that's just temporary. In reality, you're actually breaking muscle down during training. But that breakdown is what triggers the rebound, the anabolic process we're after. So, to grow muscle, you need to train hard enough to signal your body to rebuild stronger. But if you train too much, you go too deep into the catabolic phase. That's why spending 4 hours in the gym is pointless. And yeah, I know, someone's going to say, but Arnold trained 6 hours a day. Right, 3 hours later. The truth is, training too little doesn't work. Training too much doesn't work. Step 3. Something people love, Friday night. Yeah, you already know. This one will 100% make you lose muscle. You'll end up looking skinny and weak. What are we talking about? Alcohol. That's right, drinking. Alcohol wrecks your gains. Drink too much and you'll lose muscle. Simple as that. Now, I'm not here to tell you to never drink again. Some people really enjoy it. It's their thing. If you love a glass of wine on Friday night, that's fine. But the more you drink, the worse it is for your physique. So, do you need to quit drinking? No, but be an adult. Understand that everything has consequences. Now, let's talk about protein. What is protein? It's a macronutrient, mostly from animal sources, yeah. Plants have some, but they're lower quality. Protein builds tissue. So, if you train and want to get jacked, you need protein. And if you don't want to catabolize, you really need protein. Here's the deal. If you don't train, you need very little protein, just enough for skin, hair, etc. But when you train, you're constantly breaking down and rebuilding muscle. That's where protein comes in. After catabolism breaking down, your body needs protein to rebuild anabolism. So, how much do you need? In a normal diet, around 1.8, 2 g of protein per kg of body weight is great. If you're eating in a caloric surplus, you might even get by with 1.6 g because carbs help protect muscle. That's why you see bulk diets with slightly lower protein, because high carbs help preserve muscle mass. But in a caloric deficit, things change. And that brings us to step 5, calories. If you eat 2,000 calories and burn 2,000, that's maintenance. But if you eat 3,000 and burn 2,000, that's a surplus. And in a surplus, you can afford to eat slightly less protein. Now, here's the trick. If you eat less than you burn, let's say 2,000 calories in, 3,000 out, that's a caloric deficit. This is where people start losing both fat and muscle. Your body needs energy, so it starts breaking things down, and guess what? Muscle is on the menu. But here's the game changer. Recent studies show that when you're in a caloric deficit, higher protein intake prevents muscle loss. In fact, some people even gain muscle while in a deficit, simply by keeping protein high. How high? Around 3 g per kg of body weight seems to do the trick. So, whether you're bulking or cutting, protein is crucial. If you want to look good, don't slack on it. And honestly, I think this deserves a subscription, right? I could have kept this info to myself, but I dropped it here for you. So hit that subscribe button. And see you in the next video. Bye-bye.